Our Fakeologist.com, Fakeologist Radio, Fakeologist Show, Monday, July 6, 2026. We start the show right at 8:30. I was just reading Miles Mathis before I came on, and I typed to the Prophet of Fiction on Discord to see if he was up and at him. I didn't get a response, so I was taking my time since he didn't respond on the Discord, but it's okay. How you doing?
Good. Yeah.
How you
doing? One moment.
You're doing well?
Yeah. How do I sound?
You sound good. You sound real good.
Okay, let me.
Little echoey, but you're good.
Let me double check if I'm using the microphone. No, maybe not. Maybe that's better now.
That's good.
Or now?
Oh no! Before that.
Before was better?
It was. Yeah, whatever you just did, it made it really echoey.
What, I got your cancellation on.
Okay, well, I can't explain it. Oh, yeah. Wait, I'm echoing away in your background now on your speakers.
One moment.
Okay. How is everybody tonight? Did I leave the phones on from last night? I guess I did. Okay, anyone wants to call in, you know the numbers, 810-666-1984, 902-400-1984. Teddy, hello.
Is this any better?
Teddy, hello. Till, hello.
Well, you got to put your headphones on because I'm echoing away.
No, you're always happy with my Yeti microphone.
No, but I can hear myself in your speakers. Do you have headphones on?
Is this better?
Yes.
Hold time. 7
No,
seconds.
I can still hear myself. Okay, we got a caller in already. Caller, where are you calling from? What's your name?
Hi, I'm David Flores. I'm calling you from Kansas.
From where?
Kansas.
Kansas. Hello, David.
How are you guys doing today?
Hello, David.
Well, we're trying to get Prophet to put his headphones on so we don't have to hear ourselves twice.
Okay. Sounds great.
David in Kansas. What's on your mind?
Oh, just wanted to see what Prophet of Fiction is gonna talk about tonight, and
well, we're gonna talk about how not to hook up your audio system so it wrecks the show.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do. I'll try Venezuela and.
You know what the funny thing is? Prophet of Fiction's audio has been fine for the last month, but today it's. You got to turn off your speakers, Prophet. Turn them off or put on headphones. Do you have headphones, Prophet of Fiction?
Yeah, I do, and it's now plugged in, but
they're not registering. Why don't you leave and come back?
Sure.
I'll talk to David while you're echoing away. Okay, David. Yeah, we don't have a topic specifically right now. He's just having a hell of a time trying to get his system working.
Oh, okay. Sounds good.
How long have you been listening to the Fakeologist show, David?
Oh, I would say probably a good year or so.
Oh, good. How did you find us?
I kind of just stumbled across it, and I like the different kind of points, the different stuff you guys talk about, like either from Lynn to when you talk. I know you don't like talking about the Jews, but
I don't care. You can talk about them. I don't care if you talk about them. It's just that.
Yeah.
Oh, right. How am I sounding?
No, you're better. You got rid of the echo. Thank God. That was killing me. So we're just talking to David in Kansas. Oh, wait. Can you hear me, Peter?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I thought maybe you couldn't hear me. Yeah. So you like the different topics? You like the different guests? Should we keep?
Yeah, definitely. I definitely think it's all connected.
Yeah.
And I think all secret societies, even though they have different names,
Yeah.
is all still under the same umbrella of the bankers or whatever, you know,
Okay.
you want to put at the top, but
Yes.
it's all connected. Yeah. And I do understand about how you disagree about how it's, you know, it's not just the Jews, because I do understand that. And to me, I think it really goes, which a lot of people don't really talk about, but
Yeah.
when you really look at all the secret societies,
Well, wait. Are the Jews a secret society, or are they just a religion? I don't
think
get
so.
it. Where
I
did
think so.
how is it
I think-
secret? What's the secret? What is their secret? I mean, let's work.
Well, I
Let's
guess
work.
so,
let's
yeah, when you- when
let's
you think about
workshop
it-
this. Let's,
What is their secret? I think their secret is
what makes them smarter? Why? I got some feedback from on the Discord. Someone said, "Yeah, wait, what did he say? Let me just read it here because it's just so annoying to me that people give this group so much power.
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
think they have all this power. The power is what you give to people. You want to
Right.
give people all this power, then that's your problem, I think. It says here, watching the Mr. E show now regarding to your conversation about Geddy Lee and his heritage. If you ask 10 of them, the vast majority will reply they are Jewish, mainly, and not from a certain region or country. So why should we Gentiles call them something they not even doing by themselves?
Exactly.
So that's what he said.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
To me, when I look at all the secret societies, the one thing that they all have in common that most people really don't talk about is the Egyptian side.
Yeah. But do you know any Jews
Yeah.
yourself?
Do I know? I actually was married to, well, she was the daughter of a Jew, but
Okay.
you know.
Where did she go for her meetings? In the secret society. Where did she meet?
No.
Well, I'm
Other
just
than
curious
that.
because she's a Jew. She's obviously in a secret society, so she's got to go to the How to Control the World meeting. Where
Yeah,
are they?
yeah.
Wednesdays? I'd like to go. Tomorrow I have an investment meeting with, I can't remember who it was with, but I don't know if I don't think they're a secret society. It's just some guys trying to sell me something, I think.
I'm more interested, honestly, in the Egyptian side of the secret societies.
Okay.
I want to understand more about why do they constantly, pretty much all their foundation comes from Egypt. And you can look through all the secret societies and they will always have symbols.
Well, it's called misdirection.
Misdirection?
It's misdirection, of course. It's all the literature is organized ahead of time to capture our attention and misdirect it.
I see.
Okay.
Yeah, they're clever enough to do that.
So you're saying there's no Egypt?
No, there's no Egyptian connection there, and nor Mesopotamia or aliens.
Even if they can continue to use their symbols constantly, even till today?
Yeah, that's part of the game they're playing, right? It's the symbols, the logos, and logos. The pyramids are.
It seems like that's where they get their power from. Well, I guess where I'm going towards is another thing that's connected with all these secret societies is the adoration of the sun.
Well, I like the
And
sun.
also that comes from Egypt as well. Sun cults.
Yeah.
Well, we don't know where it originates, but it's what is the motivation behind choosing the sun? It's pretty powerful object to choose as your main symbol.
I think it's pretty obvious. Without the sun, there'd be no life. So that's a pretty good reason.
No, well, No, I don't think so. I mean, that's a seductive quality. I don't think the elites are interested in promoting life.
Okay.
Yeah,
But do you
that's
agree that we kind of need the sun to survive and live?
of course. But
Exactly. That's
but-
my point.
so
it's
that's why it's such a good symbol.
exactly. I
But
like it as a symbol. I love the sun.
yeah, but do
Yeah,
you like?
I love the sun too.
Yeah.
do
I
you-
just want to understand more about these symbols and stuff. I guess what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, but
Okay.
do you love Sun Life Finance, or what's it called? Insurance, Sun Life.
Sun Life
all
Insurance?
so many
There-
corporations.
That's a Canadian. Yeah, every single corporate logo has the sun swoosh. Pretty much. I think Marcus
Yeah.
Allen talks about that all the time.
Yeah.
It's the swoosh.
Right.
The Nike swoosh. It's in almost every corporate logo.
It's just like when
Okay.
Rome, to me, Rome conquered the world a long time ago,
Okay.
and what we're seeing is its effect, from generations
Oh.
after this.
Oh, you must
to
be.
me,
You must
Rome
be.
because we still use the Roman calendar, and we still use the Roman system of sun worship in churches and in pretty much
Oh gosh.
in
It's,
all
it's,
secret society.
it's Dave, right?
Huh?
What's your name? It's David in Kansas. David in Kansas.
Yeah, I met
Yeah.
you before, Prophet of Fiction. I had an interview with you one time.
You
Oh,
met
I
him?
don't-
Where did you
Not
meet him?
met him, but like online. Online, we had like a.
Oh, okay.
Right. Well, you've missed a lot. I can tell because I teach that the Roman Empire didn't exist.
Wow.
So
Oh, I see.
I've done that on this show, I think, a few times.
Yes. Yeah. You
Uh,
got to get with the
Well,
program,
maybe-
David. Get with the program. Prophet has done a lot. You got to listen to every single Prophet of Fiction show until you're sick of it.
No, that can't
there's a lot of
happen.
people that they say. There's a lot of people that they say that didn't exist. One of them, I even heard that from France. What was his name? Napoleon didn't exist. He was just another figure
Okay.
for Apollo.
That's-
Apollo.
What do you
Yeah,
think? Bob?
No.
That's very possible too. Yeah. The Napoleonic Wars, did they happen? Well, on this show, we mostly talk about wars being fake. So I doubt
Well, wars
they
can
really.
happen. Like people can die. Wars can happen, but the whole thing is what is not in history is the real reason behind the war. Meaning, like, yeah, places was conquered, but yet, what is the real reason for the conquering? If that makes sense.
No.
Let's say, for Catholic faith or for whatever, but what is the real reason? That makes
No,
sense.
I'm convinced that empires are not built on war, and there's only one empire, and it's built on destroying native peoples' ecosystems, foods supporting ecosystems, life supporting ecosystems, and imprisoning them. Was a global project, and we lost our culture, and we were put afterwards into what we have now, this global capitalist, industrial, agricultural system, etc. It's very simple. There's no string of 1,000 wars in history. It doesn't work
Right.
that way. But it keeps people's attention, and it keeps people scared and believing they need their governments to protect them from their neighbors.
Mm-hmm.
It makes for interesting history,
Yeah.
So no, I
Hey,
don't.
are
I
you-
just go ahead.
No, I was just asking you, fakeologist, are you I
Yes.
don't know how to put this, but do you know that the Earth is flat, or do you like? Nah, I don't. Follow
Well, no, I'm a baller skeptic, but I don't really have a solid opinion. I just listen to everybody, but I've got many competing ideas in my brain. I got Frank
The
the
only
Salt.
reason-
I got Frank the Salt guy talking about how we don't account for the curve, and then I have Simon Shack with the Tychos model that says that it's a geocentric world, not a heliocentric world, so that's a little different than the model. So there's a lot of competing models in my head, but I don't really I don't really know for sure in any which way to swing. So I'm right down the middle. I just don't know.
Okay.
But I do take everything into consideration, but I don't really have a firm position because it doesn't seem like there's any easy way to resolve what we're looking at. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true because we're not allowed to go to certain places on the Earth.
Or
To
we
clarify.
well, or
basically.
we can't get there, or we are not given accurate pictures from way above. And, my question
But
is,
you're
why not?
physically not able to go. Like they will stop you.
Well,
if you try to go beyond-
Well, where can you go to prove it? I don't think there is anywhere to go on Earth to definitively say, oh, it's a ball, oh, it's flat.
I would honestly. A lot of people want to go to Antarctica or to the ice wall, but I really would like to see more evidence about the North Pole.
That would do.
To me, it's there that.
Well, you can go to the North Pole. It's in Canada.
That's true.
Yeah.
Why can't you go? There's no treaty that says you can't go to the North Pole.
I don't know.
And
I
you
think
can-
there's a parallel where you can't pass. I mean,
No, I don't think so. I've never heard of that. Have
You
you?
don't think
Have
so?
you, Prophet?
okay.
No. I wanted to add a second perspective that's rather deflationary.
Okay.
That is, who cares? It doesn't matter. We need to stay focused on how we're going to.
Well, here's why I brought up flat Earth. It's
Yeah.
because of this.
No, it is
When you look at
interesting.
all
but-
the symbols, when you look at all the symbols, they're always the conquering is a lion, a globe, and the crown. But there's always the globe. And I think when you talk about the New World Order, it's basically it's basically a what's it called? How do you say it?
By the way, I don't want to.
Propaganda, but yeah.
I don't want to
Huh?
interrupt you, but I just looked on Grok. You can take an expedition to the North Pole, 90 degrees north.
Okay.
So that's you take off from Norway, and then you take an icebreaker. It takes 13 to 16 days, and you can only go from late July to early September, which is when I guess the ice is the loosest, and you can crack your way through the different passages, and you can get up there. So it's $26,000 to $40,000 US per person, double occupancy. So go find a girl and head up.
I'll take you with me.
No, I'm not going. Well, if
Okay.
you can also go. No, yeah, you have to go through Norway. I guess Svalbard is the top of Norway.
Okay.
But you can go there and bring your compass and see if it spins around like crazy.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that proves anything. That just proves that could be the center of the magnetic Earth, perhaps, if your compass just keeps
Magnetic
spinning
mountain.
around.
Yeah.
Well,
What do you think, Peter? Prophet?
about the shape of the Earth?
Yeah, you say it doesn't matter, but don't you as in terms of a deception, don't you think it matters that we can't know, or no one is nobody is working to talk about it and sort it out instead of just making fun of people that question it?
No, I don't think it's too important. It was interesting. I explored it. I'm convinced mostly that it's flat, but when I think about the usefulness of that that information, it doesn't have much use to us.
Yeah. So you think it's a waste of time?
Yeah, kind of. It is important that people realize they're being lied to constantly, and that their taxes are being thrown at NASA and whatever other lie exists. That is important. We stop doing that. aside from that,
All right. So yeah, a lot of people have your attitude that it doesn't matter, and that that androgynes in the media don't matter. I guess most of the things we talk about don't really matter.
Until it matters, right?
I could talk about
Until
finance.
there's like a fake alien invasion, and you have to try to convince your family members, please don't take the shot, or don't believe what you're seeing in the sky. It's fake.
You know
But you
what?
can't do it.
I
Just
didn't try
believe.
and convince any of my family members not to take it. I never. It's just the people that depended on me. I told them they couldn't take it. Well, they were dependent on me, but I never tried to convince anybody. I think that's a waste of time. I don't have the power of propaganda over people around me.
well,
So
yeah.
uh,
If people live with you, they should be influenced a little bit by you, and if they're not, well, you notice that, and then you quit.
well, that's right. I don't have a lot of influence when with adults.
Right.
Children are different because they're dependents, but adults, you just have to let them go. But the only thing I insisted on is you don't tell me what to do.
Yep, exactly.
You can do whatever you want. You can commit Harry Carey. You can go jump off a bridge if that's what you want to do. I'm not going to stop you. But don't tell me to jump off a bridge or go injure myself permanently.
Exactly.
So that's the main thing.
Yeah, I want to distinguish between topics that don't really matter, which include a lot of stuff that I write about. I mean, ancient history that is all fake. Well, it's important that what the truth is about our history, maybe not that important, but it's important people start thinking about how we're being lied to. And but on the other hand, things like when they're trying to kill you with their lies.
That's where I draw the line.
Then it's important.
And other things that the powers that be, or whoever you want to call it,
if they're exploiting you with their lies.
Right. But as long as you are aware of these things, you can avoid many things. You can avoid many of the pitfalls.
That's true.
You don't have to do anything you're told to do, but you can work within the system. That's sort of what I do. I just like to be aware of it. I'm not giving any revolutionary advice because I don't have any. My idea is it's just good to be aware of the system and work around it and look for the potholes and drive around them. That's it. That's what I do. And I like to talk to other people like Peter that recognize these things and don't want to be called crazy when they bring it up. Like I have a lot of people on the show, including Peter, I don't agree with, but I don't want to call them crazy.
Right.
And that's the difference between my show or just talking to an average person. So I'll listen to it, but I won't. I don't have to agree with it though.
Yeah.
And neither do you. You don't have to agree with anything we talk about. But we're not going to call you crazy for bringing it up. That's all.
Right.
Because you might be right. You might be right. But I can't really give you any more than that on the shape of the earth. I know to some people, to people on both sides, it's obvious. To the flat earthers, it's very obvious. To the ball earthers or the people that study the solar system, it can only work on a globe. So I listen to both. I don't really have a strong opinion. I see both sides. If that's it, if that's just me riding the fence, then so be it. And Jacques says the globe is the biggest lie. And recognizing it exposes everything under it. So he thinks it's the most important thing.
I don't see many. That's a little exaggerated. I know people are really fanatical about the shape of the earth. And I don't see how the shape of the earth, waking up to that, is going to lead to other revelations. I don't see that happening. But
so you don't think it's the biggest lie?
No, not at all. I think there's lots that can compete for the title.
Okay.
Lots.
You want to proceed? then we can proceed to your topics.
Yeah, let's do Venezuela for a while.
Okay, David, do you have anything else before we let you go?
No, that's it. I really want to say hi and thank you for letting me call. And
Well, call
nice to
anytime.
hear-
We need more regular callers, a wider variety. We have our
And, you know,
we
yeah.
have our regulars, but anyone else, including you, can call anytime.
And we appreciate that we're actually able to call in. You know, most shows they'll just talk, and like you guys will just talk, and no one will actually be able to engage. So thank you for that as well.
Anytime, and you can also come
Anytime.
right into the studio if you want from your computer, but just make sure you allow the microphone. Otherwise, we can't hear you. So you can do that too if you don't want to use your phone.
All right, thank you so much.
All right, thank you, David. In
All right,
Kansas.
you guys take care.
Take care. You too.
You take care.
All
Bye,
right,
David.
thank you.
Bye bye.
Oh.
You too, Prophet. Bye.
Yeah, it's good to have new voices. I appreciate that. Okay, Venezuela. What's going on there? What do you got?
Well, I'm a bit late in the game, I guess, but it's the earthquake.
There was an earthquake there?
Oh, Peru. No, it's Venezuela.
I'm joking.
Oh,
But the point is, it literally was a one-day media affair. It's gone away. That's what I'm trying to get at. What earthquake? No one's talking about it anymore.
yeah, amazing.
We're told there's tens, maybe 100,000 people killed, but we're not. Nobody's talking about it. Is that seriously? Is anyone talking about it?
Is it making any sense? No.
Why don't we look it up?
How can they talk about? They can't talk about anything during the World Cup. Come on.
Yeah. Google. Let's look up Google Trends. Let's see quickly. Venezuela, not an easy word to spell. Earthquake. Let's see what's going on. Are we still talking about it? Let's look in the past month. Oh, this is a very bad graph. You want to see that? Take a look.
Let me go back.
There's my graph. The Venezuela earthquake as searched for in Canada. It really dropped off. It's
Yeah,
almost back to zero.
It's typical of media events or media coverage.
Worldwide. Oh, Canada has the same graph. So this is, talk about flattening the curve. So this is not a topic anymore.
No,
But go ahead. No, I'm not
It's
making fun of you bringing it up. I'm just saying it's fallen right off the map.
Mhm.
As if it didn't happen.
It's predictable.
Mhm.
This is the short attention span, and that's how the media likes it, I guess. The powers that be.
33 NDB said 3342 killed yesterday. Okay. 3,342 people. Okay.
Is the official number now, with still many thousands missing.
Mhm.
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen any injured people or missing limbs, but
We didn't even see a broken water main.
right, good point.
It wasn't even my point. It was, I guess somebody else brought it up. Frank, yeah. Was it Frank?
No, I'm just guessing.
No, it wasn't Frank.
He hasn't been on since. Anyway, I looked for pit. Now, this is the hot spots of the earthquake on this map.
Okay.
So Caracas is right in the middle of one of the hot spots, and I couldn't find any photos of damage in Caracas.
Okay.
It's strange.
I've got photos here, but
they're mostly from places, or they're all from places.
well, it's all the pancake building. They love that pancake building that they talked about. Remember we talked about that?
Yeah. Oh, did I pair our channels?
Yeah, we're paired.
Okay.
You did a good job. You got the pairing right, just the audio went to hell.
Yeah, I can't get it perfect.
Can't have everything though. I'll take the pairing over the audio.
I don't know about that. Well, anyway, here is the San Sebastian fault.
Oh, it's funny. I was just going to bring that up. Do you believe in fault lines?
I think I just stopped believing in fault lines. Yeah, I think what makes also sense is that this is electromagnetic activity, and the famous, is it called Circle of Fire?
The Ring of Fire,
Ring of Fire, yeah.
where
And
the volcanoes are. Yeah.
And yes, and the big fault lines. But those places are also places with lots of metal deposits and mining. So that might be a reason for heavy electromagnetic activity there.
Mm-hmm.
If we're looking for an alternative explanation, that might be it.
Well, yeah, I'll go with mining and drilling. Mining and drilling.
Oh, those actual kinetic force. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think they can't. Well, if you're building a highway, at least when we used to build highways in Canada, we blew up the Canadian Shield. They had to dig deep tubes and pack it with explosives to blow up the rock. There's just no other way.
Mhm.
Yes, Doug, we're taking live calls. This is a live call-in show.
And
So if
the
you
word
want-
fault, the word fault can also mean mistake. It's a kind of loaded word.
Yeah, it's our mistake. Great song.
To believe in it, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
The whole idea of fault implies that the earth is made imperfectly. Now I know the Bible believers don't care about that, but
Mhm.
yeah, I'm not. I'm extremely skeptical of the whole tectonic plate theory. Which also is a theory.
Yes. Yeah, yeah.
That the Earth is a bunch of plates floating on magma, and every now and then they crash into each other because they're floating.
Mhm.
It'd be like big barges in the ocean floating, and they smack into each other occasionally. Is that not the theory?
Not quite. They're already touching, and then they're building pressure, and then they're
They're rubbing against each other, and there's nowhere for the energy. Doug, the phone number is on the bottom of the screen. I don't know where else I could put it to make it more obvious. 810-666-1984 if you want to call in.
Is that Doug from California?
Yeah, he's on your channel, actually.
Okay. Yeah, I know Doug.
Doug is on the Prophet of Fiction YouTube. See? It was worth it. You got 5 people watching live on your channel now.
All right.
So that's pretty good. Riley, the tectonic plate theory is BS.
Mm-hmm. It was thanks to Doug I got these 2 photos of.
Mm-hmm. What is that? It's a plane.
No, these are drones.
Drones.
Molnia drones.
Okay, they look like planes. Why would a drone look like a plane now? Oh, I guess just the drones that are like gliders. Remember the glider plane?
Yeah, they're supposed to be undetectable, but looking at them closely, they to me they look like little cheap models. And I did check what Molnia drones are made of, and officially they're made of 2 materials. I forgot one of them, but one of them is plywood.
I was going to say
plywood.
I was going to say balsa wood. Balsa wood. Remember? Did you ever make? I remember we used to make planes out of balsa wood. Remember the super light stuff?
Yeah. Do you see the handwriting on the wing?
Yeah. What does it say?
Well,
Putin was here.
How small is this? How small is this drone? The handwriting makes it look like it's the size of a sheet of paper.
That thing doesn't look like it would even fly across a room, as in a paper airplane. Looks BS to me.
Yeah, I think the Apollo 11 was better.
Yeah.
This is some of the effects or the consequences of the earthquake in Venezuela. They had violently bubbling pools. Some people discovered. Really?
Mm-hmm.
And the coastline changed. Apparently, some of the beaches lifted, but are there good photos of that? No. Here's a geologist inspecting the new coastal ridges. I'm doubtful. Why see why Venezuela's
There's the pancake building. It keeps coming back.
I know.
It's the why did these buildings survive? Does anyone want to explain that?
The Chinese didn't build them.
Also, it's a Chinese thing. We're blaming the Chinese.
They are officially, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now they don't like the Chinese for all they've done for Venezuela.
No.
Okay.
It's a bit strange to see them piled up like that and just kind of leaning against these
Hold
two
time.
trees.
6 seconds.
All right, caller, and where are you calling from? What's your name?
Doug in California.
Hi, Doug in California. You made it
Hello.
through.
Hello, Doug.
Hi, Peter. How are you?
Good.
Where do I want to begin? Well, I've been following Peter through a couple RBN shows, an interview he had made with Travis, and I'm actually very impressed with his library of knowledge and how he can decode symbols, numerology, art, paintings, history. And I think he's taken a very bold stand against what we all believe is true about history, the Bible. And
Yes.
just it's fascinating the depth of his knowledge. And so
I like that.
I'm really enjoying
I
what
like
he
him.
has to present.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too. Good, good. That's why I keep bringing him on. He likes coming on. We
Good.
like having him. Good guy.
You're Alvarado or Alfredo?
No, Alvarado is my original fake name because I just like Latin.
Oh, interesting. Nice.
It really doesn't go any
Well-
deeper than that.
And are you in the States?
No, I'm in Toronto.
Oh, lucky you,
Well, I was born here.
huh?
I was
Yeah.
born here. Most
What?
people live where they were born.
Not even in Toronto.
No, there's a
Like-
fact that says 95% of the world is born and die
Where they live.
within
yeah.
5 miles.
Okay. But that doesn't apply to Toronto.
Well, I don't know. It's a big city.
It's
Yeah.
about 50% of are not born there, they say.
Well, yeah. Well, I agree with you there because no one's being born anymore. That's the other problem.
Mhm.
Yeah, big problem.
It is a very big problem. If I was the farmer, I've said it a million times, I would be worried. But that's why
Well,
they.
the only population problem is for white people.
No, I think it
No.
happens to everyone in the West. I challenge that.
On what issue? On what is your issue? That is
No, I challenge it.
Yeah.
Once people get to the West, once women get educated and get on the pill, they stop reproducing.
Well,
I think
and the
that-
one-
that was because of
And once-
feminism.
Well,
Pardon?
whatever it was, because it is.
yeah,
It
it's
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what brought it on. It's a fact now.
and fertility
Well-
rate, and so also.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there was a tribe responsible for that.
Yeah, well, I'm not into bashing the tribe because I think that's a psyop as well. So my opinion is not popular, but that's fine. I push.
Yeah.
I don't mind
Well,
push. I don't mind pushing water uphill.
Well, in your opinion, that's what your belief system, but there's also other evidence that says they have been in charge for many hundreds of years. I won't go thousands of years, but
Yeah.
definitely hundreds of years.
Okay.
And you have a control factor in Canada, doesn't allow you to speak your mind.
Well, I'm speaking it
You
now.
have censorship, and but not about the topic you don't want to talk about. They've come knock on your door if you did. In Canada or Australia.
No, I realize that is supposedly written into law, but like I said to Jim and everyone else on apparently BitChute and RBN, I've yet to see any proof that anyone has been charged with that and gone to jail.
Well, you have to see the advent of anti-Semitism laws by accelerists. So, do you know who Some Truth is? John Menadale?
I don't really follow that crowd. I know we have Jim Rizzoli.
Well-
Jim Rizzoli brings me up to date on all the Jewish news that I don't want to hear about. So I do keep abreast of that. But
Oh, let me give you an example then.
wait, can we just?
There's a company.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, whatever. If you want, let Peter go on. I don't have to say anything.
No,
I was going
I
to give you an example.
no, I wanted you to talk to Peter about his research because it
Yes.
is kind of good to keep the topic with the guest because he's not here to listen to
Yes.
us go on. That's all.
I agree. Let Peter speak. I'll be quiet.
No, you can ask him a question.
Yeah,
Talk to
that makes
Peter about
sense.
his topics, please. I don't think Peter wants to talk about the Jews tonight. Do you, Peter? If you do, go for it.
I had we discussed it already briefly by texting, I think. But if you have a question, yeah, go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Do you believe in accelerism? Agents for accelerism.
Agents for accelerism? I don't know the term accelerism.
Me neither. What is that?
Well, it's okay. So this individual I mentioned, where they were doing these flyers in Florida, and they were throwing them on everybody's front porch in baggies. I forget what the name.
Are you
Flyer
talking
boys,
about
whatever.
Handsome Truth again? Okay.
Well, I'm just talking about the people that followed him. That he got to do this flyer throwing in Florida.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. And they were, very anti-Semitism, truths that they believed. And so because of that, Ron DeSantis put into effect a law about anti-Semitism in Florida, HB 269. And as it turned out, that law got put into effect, which controlled all those other guys that were the flyer boys, all went to jail. And it turns out that the SPLC was funding Randy Fine, who was funding Handsome Truth. So there was an agenda to have something enacted and empowered through what we call an accelerist or accelerism. And he was Handsome Truth with promoting people to do his bidding to accelerate and put in effect the law for anti-Semitism in Florida. And it has happened in other states, as I recall.
Okay.
So that was all I was trying to make.
Oh,
So
I
Peter,
got it.
what's your response?
Hold time.
Right. That's
30 seconds.
the law against anti-Semitism then.
Yes.
Right. Well, my take on it is that that itself is a psyop trying to
Yes.
keep us busy focusing on really the wrong people. We were talking earlier about the tribe also, and of course they exist, and their names are or their people are in positions of power in the media elsewhere. But are they actually Jews? I doubt it. It's like, we have the Pope. Is he actually Catholic? Not even close. These people wear their masks. They have masks. They can wear any mask they want. They choose. And one thing, my theory now, and it's somewhat unique, I think, is that it is the aristocracy that built all the old world cities, colonial cities on this planet. They are millions, and they don't get any attention. They managed to disappear themselves 100 years ago. They're wearing masks now, and they're living places where we don't even know probably. But they're among us, and they pretend to be Jews. They pretend to be, or they are Jesuits, but it's another mask. Secret societies are all their masks. That's my take on what's happening.
Okay.
So let me ask you this.
One more question, Doug, and then I have another caller.
Good. What about all the people in government with dual citizenship and predominantly in media, entertainment, Larry Ellison, Peter Thiel, all these different people that happen to be of the tribe? And why are they all in office and there's not many individuals? Like Thomas Massey, who I don't really think is authentic as well.
Well, it makes the psyop more believable, doesn't it? It's the more they have, the more believable it seems. But I'm not trying to make the situation what's the word? More comforting, or remove the idea that we have an enemy. On the contrary, I'm proposing that we're dealing with a cannibalistic cult.
Yeah.
Something
Let me ask the caller, what is the predominant religion in the Senate and House? Now, do you think the House of Representatives and the United States Senate are in power in the United States? Do you think they have? Do you think they have? Do you think the United States Congress, the 119th United States Congress, and Senate, do they have any power or control in the United States?
That's a good question. Too.
No, I don't think they do.
They have
they
no
should,
power.
But they don't.
So they have no power. They're just there, taking up air, passing law. They have no power. They have no control over what's going on.
Yeah, like Canada's
Parliament. You can't give me an example of anything they've done to improve anything.
I didn't ask that. I just said, do they pass laws that people have to listen to? Do they do tax laws? Do they do budget laws? They have any control in the United States? Because if you don't think they have any control, then there's nothing to talk about. Because I
think it's...
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I think they have any control. I don't think they do, actually. I do not. I don't see any improvements in the country.
I didn't say improvements.
It's
not about improvements. It's about control. Okay, what is the religious breakdown of the Senate and the House in the United States of America? Do you know?
Not percentages, no, but I know they're all funded by AIPAC.
Okay, the majority religion, according to Grok, is 86.7% Christian. So if you think that a couple Jews, 6% identify as Jewish. If you think 6% control 86.7%, then there's nothing to talk about. So they have some magical power that they can boss all these people around. Never seen it in real life ever happen. So if
you think Grok is authentic and not biased, then I think you're misinformed.
Fine. Okay. Okay, Doug, I gotta go. Thanks. There's no convincing people that have their minds made up. They're to me, that's the ultimate psyop. These people that believe that a tiny little group controls everything, it just defies all practicality that exists in the world. Period. Okay, we got another caller in. Where are you calling from? What's your name?
My name's AJ.
Hi, AJ.
I'm from Maryland.
Hey,
I'm
AJ.
from Maryland.
Hi, AJ from Maryland.
Hey, good evening, Peter. Good evening, Ab.
Hello.
Hey,
first time caller.
Peter this once a long time ago. But anyway, I wanted to ask Peter something about genocide. But before I do that, hey, Ab, you did a lot of work on Zundel.
Yeah.
A while back. Do you think did he go to jail even for, they said like 7 years. Was he even in jail for like,
I
7 hours?
I think he did go to jail, but not for any of the things that the people that promote the idea that hate crimes. I don't think those are the reasons. He just like a lot of the other famous criminals, they don't go to jail for their most famous transgression. He was basically a non-citizen of Canada, and that's really why he got thrown in jail for the most part, I think. But yeah,
okay.
My investigation of Zundel was mainly just to see if that whole story was real or fake, in the sense that, was he really doing this because he really believed in the things he did? And I think he did, and I think he was real, and I don't think he was a state agent.
Mm-hmm.
But
what about the hard hat, though, man? And the guy wrote a book on like Nazis in Antarctica or something, or UFOs. I mean, this.
No, but he
comes off. Look at the hard hat.
No,
man.
I know, costume. But there were reasons for every lunatic. I agree with the hard hat. That was kind of crazy. That was one of the things that I thought was kind of foolish. But
optics,
no, I agree with you on all that. But there was a reason that he did that, and the reason the reason that he gave was reasonable to me.
I got it.
So there is a
Hey,
story behind
oh.
the hard hat. I have met his videographer in real life. I've hardly met any real people. I met that guy because he didn't want to talk to me unless he could see me and see that I was real. So I did meet his videographer, who seems is a very, very nice older man now. So I do think Zundel was real, but I do think Zundel was definitely targeted because they didn't want any of his opposition out there. And I think he was way smarter than most people and in the political system, and they really didn't want him to get any momentum at all, which he didn't. The UFO thing, he did that deliberately because he figured people that believed in UFOs had a more open mind and might be more receptive to his message. So that was a deliberate tactic just to try and reach more people. And I think it worked a little bit. So everything he did was reasonable. What I'm saying, he was railroaded and really had most of his trouble with immigration because they would not let him become a Canadian citizen. He was definitely on the radar very early on because he tried to run for leadership of the Liberal Party in 1968. Did you know that?
I think I read it somewhere. Maybe I barely remember it. Yeah.
And he did meet up with Denis Arcand, not Denis Arcand. I can't remember his first name right now, but Arcand was a very smart man in Quebec who was a nationalist. And Federalists hate nationalists. So that's really what kickstarted Zundel. And I think anyone that associated with Arcand definitely was put on the radar because Arcand allegedly went to jail during World War II because he was a nationalist and he sided with National Socialism. So I think that was probably a real thing as well. But he was very smart. They don't make people that erudite anymore that can speak properly. So that's my take on Zundel. I think he was the real deal.
Can I ask Peter a question?
Go for it.
Yeah.
Hey man, do you think the Cambodian genocide? Do you believe in any of that story? Pol Pot, the guy's name is like an alliteration. It's like a fake name. This guy's like a ghost. There's like 1,000 pictures of him in the entire world.
Yeah, no, I did look into it.
Isn't that any consideration?
No, I don't like you. I don't believe it.
You for your if you were wearing eyeglasses, remember that?
If you were, oh, you mean he
The Cambodian genocide. They said they massacred like 1/5 of the population. It was from late 70s.
Yeah, I've heard about it. I don't know enough about it, so I don't know.
You don't remember that? The killing fields?
No, I heard about it, but it never. I don't think most North Americans know much about it, including me.
Okay.
Was there a movie about it? Because if there's not a movie,
There was actually.
yeah, I think there was a couple movies. Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway,
a movie like that's not going to get a lot of viewership. People don't like to watch death and destruction, as far as I know.
Officially 1,000,000 over almost 400,000 execution victims of Pol Pot's regime. I looked at some photos of the skeletons and skulls that were nicely arranged, like the Catholics do in some of their churches, and none of them had bullet holes. Cambodia museums dedicated to the, I'm reading from my book, Cambodia museums dedicated to the alleged genocide are full of morbid skull and bone displays that don't include pelvic, hand, foot, and other bones, just like the stuff we find in catacombs and ossuaries.
So you don't buy the imagery that is supposedly evidence of the Khmer Rouge?
No, now I suspect that all those skeletons and bones are left over from what the cannibal cult has been doing for centuries,
Okay.
which is because it's the same pattern we see in Europe and around the world.
Okay. Ryler says the Christians have massacred more than anyone in history. Do you believe that?
No, it's not the Christians. It's
Okay.
it's the cannibal cult. Well, look, my take on history. There's basically nothing happening except the cannibal cult ruling the world until 200 years ago, and that's when we had a reset, and we have the world we have now.
Yeah.
Everything
By
else
the-
is.
By the way, looking at this page again about the breakdown of religion in the United States Congress and Senate, it says here that Christians make up 87% of the voting members in Congress and the Senate. This is down slightly from 88% in the previous Congress and 92% a decade ago that identified as Christians, but it's still high. Excuse me. But still far higher than the 62% of U.S. adults who identify as Christian. Congress remains much more religious overall than the general public, where 28% are religiously unaffiliated or nuns versus less than 1% in Congress. So it says here almost a third of the United States consider themselves nuns or unaffiliated religiously. So what about that? That's the fastest growing religion in the United States. Nuns. N-O-N-E-S.
Well, yeah, the new religion is the media, I guess.
Well,
chasing money.
What religion are you, AJ, if you want to tell us? Because I identify as a nun, actually. N-O-N-E-S. Where are you?
I'm an atheist. Well, I'm an agnostic. I used to be a Calvinist.
So would you give your...
I'm an atheist.
But are you... So does that make you a nun then? N-O-N-E-S? You're a nun? Religiously unaffiliated?
N-O-N-E, that would be none. Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. So you're in a growing majority, which is almost a third of all of the United States. So if a third of the United States is unaffiliated, why is Congress 87% identify with a religion mainly Christian?
Keeping up appearances. They have to seem moral, don't they?
And by the way, it looks like there are no Calvinists in the United States Senate or Congress. So
Richard Nixon was a Quaker. Don't forget that.
Is that a Calvinist?
No, he was a Quaker. No, they're opposite.
Oh, they're opposite. Okay, well there you go. Okay. Well, I forgot it.
They're pacifists. They were pacifists, so they say.
Right.
Miles Mathis says they were agents.
Okay.
They were all glowies. They were all glowies. the Quakers. Have you read Miles Mathis' essay entitled Hitler's Genealogy, in which he posits the idea that Hitler was a gay Jewish actor?
Well, Miles Mathis says everyone's a Jew. So, yeah.
No, but it's a pretty solid essay. He deals with way more than Hitler. He deals with Eichmann, Goebbels, Himmler, Hess, I think. And then he's got Hitler's time in Liverpool, possibly, with his half brother, and he had a nephew that used to pester him for money, named Patrick.
No.
So we think Hitler he was hiding from Austrian conscription. He didn't.
Do you believe any of the Hitler stories? Because do you believe any of the Trump stories? Do you believe Trump is a rapist, for instance?
No, absolutely not.
So why?
So him as gay and Jewish too.
Of course he is. Everyone is. That's why. That's the problem with Miles Mathis for me. I like a lot of his stuff, but it all comes down to they're all gay and Jews. So I'm not too sure about that. But let me just get back to one more funny topic within this article on Grok, which Doug thinks is no good. Congress overrepresents Protestants, 55% versus 40% in the population. Catholics, 28% versus 20% in the general population, and Jews 6% versus 2% in the general population, while heavily underrepresenting the religiously unaffiliated. So what do you think? The unaffiliated religion in the United States is not represented at all, pretty much, in the United States House of Representatives and Senate. So I find that out pretty cool. I find that pretty bizarre, actually.
Unbelievable.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever heard of that, Peter or AJ?
No.
Yeah, I think that sounds incredible.
Well, people need to discuss that more. So the nuns are really not represented properly in the so-called democracy or representation by population.
I used to say that about atheists too.
Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah. Peter, do you affiliate as a nun, or do you pick one of these fine other religions to associate with?
No, none of them, of course. But
So you're a nun.
I don't like being defined negatively as I'm not one of them.
Okay. All right. Well, that's interesting.
Yeah, but I guess if I have to, then I will. But it's like, identifying yourself as an atheist, that's just saying, well, I don't believe in that stuff. But, well, you have to believe in something. We all do.
Mm-hmm.
And what are your values?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have really a good name for the stuff I believe in.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bit complex. It's not one-dimensional. I don't want to be defined by as some people do. I believe in Jesus or in Christ, so I'm a Christian. Well, geez, do you not believe in anything else beside that? Do you not believe in agriculture, in hierarchy, in marriage, and these other things are also very important.
The other thing I like to push back is, like I said earlier, like if I ask Peter, how do you identify? Would you say I'm a Canadian? I'm a Mexican? Would you say you're a Jew? Would you say you're a humanist or a Lutheran? I mean, I find that funny that the people that are in this so-called tribe, they say they're a Jew first, but that's not what most people identify as. They identify, I'm a Canadian, I'm a Torontonian, I'm a Marylander. Is that what people in Maryland are called? Marylanders?
I believe you're correct. Yes, I think so.
You're a Marylander, but you probably don't ever say, "Oh, I'm a Calvinist."
I wouldn't pronounce it like that, but that's close, huh?
Did you ever tell someone I'm a Calvinist back when you were a Calvinist, or would you
I mean, if the situation called for it.
Yeah.
I mean,
right.
If you were discussing dogma or doctrine, or theology, you'd certainly want to let somebody know.
Yeah, but would anyone even know what a Calvinist is? Because I've heard the word, but I couldn't tell you one thing they identify as. So I just find that interesting that anyone would bring it up.
Well,
you've never heard of the acrostics, Tulip?
I'm not religious, so I can.
Total depravity, unconditional election, limited atonement, irresistible grace, perseverance of the saints.
No, I don't know any of that stuff. You sound like you're reciting something. Is that the first page of the book of Calvin, or?
It's part of my DNA, man.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my. Well.
Hey, can I tell you a quick story and then go?
Yeah.
So I was listening to Hoax Busters, right? And Chris Kendall's on.
Mm-hmm.
And this is from 2015 or so. Guess who calls in? You know the guy who does the Hitler cosplay? Robert.
He called in to Chris's show?
He called in.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, but it was like 2016 or 17
wow.
or something.
Robert the Bruce baby Hitler.
Yeah. And he called in.
That's funny.
And he says, "Hey, my name's Robert." I knew exactly that was him. And he says, "He's from Florida." And he said he was a trucker or something, right?
Yeah, okay.
And he started talking, and I'm like, "Oh my God, that's him." So anyway, he started doing he switched on his JDAR and started doing a little bit of Jew baiting
with
Chris Kendall.
Okay.
And Chris just kept on talking. He didn't even nibble.
Chris didn't
It
let
was
that
pretty
get to
cool.
it. Chris just ignored it.
He just ignored it. He just kept getting on. I mean, it was nothing. It was weak. It was some pretty weak tea. He was on good behavior. Robert.
That's
But
very.
Chris
That
just
is very
kept on-
funny. Send me a link to that. I'll listen to that.
But anyway,
Send
all
me
right, guys,
send me a
I
link.
think-
AJ, send me a link to that. I'm at fakeologist.com. Email me. I'll listen to that Hoaxbuster episode.
Oh, okay, if I can find it again. All right, guys, thanks.
That would be funny. Thanks for calling, AJ.
Bye.
Take care. There goes AJ from Maryland. That was a good call, actually. I like new callers. What about you, Prophet?
Yeah, but it's eating up a lot of time, and then
I know. Okay, let's do a little more, and then I got to go.
yeah.
I know we didn't get well. This has been sort of a potpourri show because we had a rough start. We had caller inners, but everyone's your fan. You got some Republic fans. Are you still on
Yeah,
Republic?
dude. I just did 2 shows, hosted 2 of their shows the past weekends recently.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. That's why we're getting these callers.
Yeah. Doug was very interested, as you can tell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, photos of Venezuela back again. And, are they staged? Are there actual buildings? Is there CGI? Is it a mixture of both? Most of the damage was done to tourist towns. And how do you think tourist towns are doing, resort towns are doing now?
Well, how do you think Cuba's? They just turned the power off in Cuba again today.
Right. So I suspect that, yeah, maybe they picked a couple of towns that are dead economically.
Okay, this is my take on it. If you're not part of the world system, the old world order, the British imperial system, if you want to be a nationalist country where you take the resources and use it for your own people, even if it requires stealing the infrastructure that the global companies built for you, you will be cut off. Period.
Yeah, I don't buy that.
You don't buy that?
No, because I think the world is already controlled, and whatever conflicts we see is
Well, no, but listen, if you took over a country and said, listen, all the infrastructure built by the world
no
corporation.
one's taking over any countries.
Well, okay. Well,
That's
if a populist leader gets into a country and decides they want to turn inwards,
it doesn't happen.
Okay. I think it does happen. I think it did happen in Venezuela. And the
Well,
minute it happens, you get cut off. And then
Libya, and then
happened.
you believe that leader was kidnapped, abducted by the U.S.
No,
military?
I think they make a deal and say, listen, because what this is what happens. They get cut off by the world, so they can't trade anymore with the world. So eventually they run out of time and money because the system is too integrated around the world. So eventually they fail, and eventually they are in danger in their own country. Because if your country's failing, if people are hungry, they don't give a damn who you are. They're going to turn on you. So then you have to get out.
So they caused the earthquakes as a punishment?
No, I just think that I think war and these earthquakes are just controlled demolition and strategic relocation. So they got Maduro out. He was the populist leader. He took over for Chavez. Whatever happened to him.
You just said strategic demolition. That sounds like it was done on purpose.
Yeah, the blowing up of these buildings, yes. And I think it's controlled demolition.
Yeah.
And like you said, they've killed they've killed most of the economy in Venezuela because they decided to isolate themselves. So in order to bring them to their knees, they get the leader out who's probably in danger in his own country, and they get him out. They make it seem like a coup, whatever. And I think they cut off the Strait of Hormuz because they wanted to cut that oil off for as long as it took to sell the Venezuelan oil. So they probably are using all that money to pay American companies and British companies to rebuild that country. But it's going to take time. But they couldn't flood the market with Venezuelan oil because it would have crashed the price of oil down to nothing. There's probably so much oil backlogged. And once they put the American companies back in charge of their oil infrastructure, then they probably just started pumping it into the world market.
So the global oil market is not already absolutely controlled by one.
I think it mostly is. I think most of the world's businesses are mostly monopolies, but occasionally there's some competition and they need to get rid of them. I think it happens in every business.
Well, and I just don't see any real competition, and the global economy generally is hurting. Are they punishing China? Are they punishing Canadians because Canadians are not cooperating? It's everyone's hurting.
Well, yeah, okay, that's fine, and in general, but I'm just talking about on a individual level. I think this is what's happening in Venezuela, and I think, like you said, this is controlled. I'm sure these tourist buildings were empty, and maybe some were poorly constructed, but they just blew them up. And whether they rebuild them or not, I guess it will happen over time. I'm guessing they're doing the same strangulation of Cuba right now. They're really bringing it down.
Mm-hmm.
If you turn out the lights, then people aren't going to be able to eat because you need power for just about every part of the food chain, unless you're a farmer.
Yes.
With your own farm, but most people I don't think most people in Cuba are farmers. Yeah, they don't have the skills or the land or the anything.
Well, they are in a better position than developed countries. They've had a lot of experience trying to manage.
I don't think anyone has very many skills at all in Cuba because it's all been provided by the state. So, okay, a few state people. But I just think that they're bringing all these countries in line and into the world system. That's all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, that you're entitled to that opinion.
Mm-hmm.
This picture here also makes me think that maybe these buildings were intentionally destroyed, and maybe quite a while ago. It's so strange to see this spill coming into the pool. Out of what? Where did this giant spill of debris come? It looks like it was dumped there, and then there's a pile of sand or dust.
Well, I agree with you. That could be just photoshopped into the pool. I'll agree.
Yeah, right.
I'll agree with you. There's lots of hanky panky there, and we don't have boots on the ground there, so we can't really verify any of this imagery. But if I had to guess, they just blew up a lot of the buildings that aren't being used, and
it's or photoshopped. This one too. How does debris end up on the top of collapsed buildings?
Mm-hmm.
It's like a garbage pile with, there's a big piece of concrete there. And this, what is that? There's a car on the middle of what is this?
A parking garage?
I guess, and it fell over sideways. Even the cars fell over sideways.
Exactly. It doesn't look right.
And this is not an apartment building. These are 2-story buildings. And it's tipping into the air.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. That might be Photoshop too.
Oh, this looks like the stuff we got out of Syria years ago.
Oh wow! That looks like it was eaten by bugs. That picture.
Yes. Yeah. It doesn't even look like pancakes.
It looks like a corn cob husk.
Yes, it does.
Or it looks like some kind of magical bomb just blew.
Yes. A bomb maybe.
Yeah.
And you see a lot of pictures like this where the facade is gone. It's not like not the pancake effect. It's the facade.
Yeah, exactly. Where's the pancake effect in those buildings? Yeah, these are some good pictures, Peter.
Yeah, thanks. And this some of them just toppled over sideways. It's so strange. And then where does all this junk at the bottom come from? If the building toppled over this way.
What's all that? Was that the garbage floor? Yeah, I'm with you on that. That's
bizarre
bizarre.
stories. Where is this building? Is there a building here? Was there a building? This is a lady who was on a pile, maybe 4 stories high, waving down to people.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Like
she seems
like the jumpers.
somehow she survived
The
uninjured.
jumpers on 9/11. They're
There she
waving in the
is.
windows.
She's sitting on top of the pancakes.
Mhm.
Amazing. And there's a pillar on top of the pancake.
Okay, Doug, I'm not an agent, Doug, so you can, just because we don't agree with you, Doug, you don't have to start libeling us, okay? I can't block you because you're not on my channel. Actually, I can. I'll put you on timeout, Doug, because you're annoying me.
Oh, no.
Agent. I'm not an agent. I don't think Prophet is either. We're not agents.
I'm trying to make more trouble, not less.
Mm-hmm. What is that, a Bible?
No, well, it's almost the Bible of the Latin America. Cervantes, the most famous book for Latin Americans, next to the Bible, is Cervantes' Don Quixote de la Mancha. And
that's a good find.
It's almost as good as having a passport.
I agree with you.
From the Twin Towers.
It's in perfect shape. Yeah, it's just placed there. That's good. That's very good.
And of course, it's a story about a man fighting imaginary enemies.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of relevant.
So what do you think the purpose of so what do you think the Venezuela earthquake is? What do you think? Let's get your take, because you've heard my take.
Yeah. Let me reassemble my thoughts on that. I think it was, as we agree, probably empty and economically dead.
Yes. Okay.
Very much like what was happening in Acapulco.
Okay.
When it was hit, but and then
so wait. Jeff Berwick says he has a place in Acapulco, and he said
people are still there. Right?
And he said the Cat 5 hurricane was targeting him.
Yes, he's so important.
Yeah, exactly. But are you saying that Acapulco was dead at that time? There's not a lot of tourism.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. I was there the year before that.
Okay, that's interesting. So as Acapulco why is it dead? Did the tourism go to other places in Mexico that were? What was the problem with Acapulco?
That's what I've heard. Yeah, tourism went other places.
But what was the problem with Acapulco? It was the 70s place to go in the 70s, and then other places got developed in more modern ways. I mean, things do trend. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Things do go out of vogue.
Yeah, maybe prices. I don't know. I was there.
Okay.
But regarding the motive, well, it also, it's also an attention grabber. They're constantly stealing our attention, and with these mostly fake disasters. So that's 2 reasons to make it a media event.
Do you think they're going to rebuild Venezuela with the oil money? Because
no,
you don't. They're going to just leave it in ruins.
If it's rebuilt, it's going to be rebuilt as a what's the word? Surveillance city, a 5-minute whatever.
Okay, but do you think the American world companies are going to take back control of the oil of Venezuela?
Take back control. Well, I think our take on.
Do you think they lost control of their oil or their oil infrastructure? Do you believe that?
No, and I believe that it's not really Americans. It's a global conspiracy that's controlling all resources already.
Okay, that's fine. I'm just using America as the. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So we might be on the same page there.
Okay.
Almost. I did have a couple of videos too. One video had a very so obvious example of Duper's Delight.
Okay, I like that. Play that. As long as you're talking Fakeology, I'll listen a little longer. We'll go a little longer since we had a derailed beginning.
Okay.
Venezuela going to have a Bukele and Milei by popular support, says Anul Fola Tengua. Okay. Tommy Rogers is putting up your YouTube channel in the chat. That's very kind of you.
Where is it?
Peter's bringing up another slide. Don't forget, you can donate to this show, fakeologist.com/donate. We even take Bitcoin. And bought some more Bitcoin today, Peter.
Oh, it's going back up, or it's going back down, or
well, it's low. It's a good time to buy.
Here's the lady. I'll go back just.
Okay.
Before.
She's got a nose ring. Mm-hmm.
Done. Juliana has been here for days trying to trace her 18-year-old sister who was on the 9th floor. Despite her social media.
Pardon?
1, 8, and 9. I always look for numbers.
1, 8, and 9. Yeah, makes 18, makes 666.
18-year-old sister on the 9th floor. Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah, I see the smirking. It's very funny that someone is missing and or presumed dead. I agree with you there.
Yeah, not to mention
it's a big joke.
Posts. There's been no trace.
No tengo alguna señal o alguna información de ella que me indique que si está. Apareció una data del hospital donde dice su nombre, pero no sabemos ni qué hospital es ni.
Well, how many hospitals are there in Caracas? Can't she just go to them?
Did she mention Caracas?
Well, she said she's on a hospital list, but they don't know how many hospitals could there be? Do they not have phones? Could you not call and say hi? You seen it? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
What's the big deal?
Check this out. Now there's child abduction being alleged too.
Okay.
Connection to that earthquake. You know, they changed my daughter's last name, and now she's gone. How do you know? What? They're stealing children, taking the children who are found alone, and these videos of bizarre laser-like shows happening over Venezuela. Am I switching?
No, I still see this girl's face.
Damn. Why doesn't it switch automatically?
I can't really give you good advice how to switch. You just click the replace window. There's the replace button. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
You click on replace.
But it's not so good for like switching 10 times.
Because that's how you do it. What you do is you put all the images in the same browser window and you just switch tabs.
I do, and that's what I was doing. Yeah.
And if you go to the tab, at the top of the tab, it'll say share this tab instead. You see that?
No. Share this tab instead.
Yeah, when you're in the tab that you want to share, like at the top of my screen, I have tabs. The tab I'm sharing has a screen icon over top of the tab label.
Yes.
If I switch to another tab, then you can click on under the bookmark toolbar, share this tab instead. That's what you need to do. You never have to close your share window. Canada is a big sex trafficker place, right? I don't know. I don't see anyone being trafficked. I sit in traffic all day, but that's about it. So I don't know what you're talking about.
That's the worst kind of traffic.
Right. Max says, pull up this channel, Venezuela Earthquake Archive.
One more try.
All right.
Strange red plasma.
Oh, yeah, it worked.
I know, but I was hoping for an even easier way to do it. I'm lazy.
This is on Reddit. Okay. Oh, any witness is fake. Oh, wow. Good for them. So what's
I
that?
know.
Red
This
flag?
is similar to what happened in was it Maui?
Yeah, I think we heard stuff about that. Yeah. Ooh, that looks fun.
Yeah.
That looks F as F. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Fake, fake, and more fake.
Looks pretty awesome. So
It looks like someone playing with a laser pen. What do you think?
Yeah, exactly. God is playing with his laser pen.
It doesn't look too convincing, Peter, but I appreciate you bringing it to us.
Well, that's why I brought it. Yeah.
Well, I appreciate that. And Frank wasn't here to interrupt you, so
There would be no time for me at all if Frank were here. But,
I know.
no,
I
was
know.
good. And I do have to actually go because I have some work waiting online.
Okay. Well, I got to go too. We went an hour and a half. That's pretty good. I appreciate you. You brought some good fakeology. I thank you for that.
You're welcome.
And thanks for bringing Doug here. But I think Doug belongs on your radio network. What's it called again? Renegade? Do you take calls there?
Republic Broadcasting Network.
Republic Broadcasting. There used to be Renegade Broadcasting too, wasn't there?
Yes, I used to listen to them. Yeah, Doug has called once. Yeah, as has a friend of mine in Vancouver.
Mm-hmm. But is Republic mainly just another operation that blames what they call the tribe? Is that what
they have? So many shows, they can't all be that way. No, but because there are some health focused shows.
Is there a theme though?
Well,
like on BitChute, it's a theme.
Probably because I did research a little bit, listen to a few other shows, and I decided to tackle the Jewish conspiracy theory with some of my work from the Bible.
Okay.
Yeah. And
you broadcast that on Republic?
I did. Yeah, it was mostly a reading of my interpretation of Genesis. No, of evidence that the Bible makes fun of Jews by suggesting that none of their prophets were actually literate.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's a joke. Why would they write a book about themselves being illiterate? No.
Oh, I see. It's a bit of a contradiction there.
Yeah, that was my point. I don't know if anyone got it. So it was fun. Anyway.
So what's your take on what I call a psyop? Are the Jews this all-powerful group that runs everything, and they're hiding behind everything wrong with the world?
No, it's a mask they wear, one of many masks, and maybe their favorite mask. Who knows? But yeah.
Well, it's easy for
it's
the majority to believe because the majority are Christians, and isn't that what they're taught to believe?
And everyone wants to point their finger at a target, but
I know. But what is the main target given to the Christians? Is it not the Jews?
Sure, even in the Bible, it's the Jews. Sure, the Jews crucified Jesus. So there you go.
I know. So how can you? I mean, how can you break away from that one? That's a big one. that's a real big one. Yeah. If your God is was killed by the Jews, I think
it's loaded.
That's your worldview. Period. How can you get past that? That's a big one.
Mm-hmm. By the way, Mark Twain also said that if you want to know who your enemies are, look at who you're not allowed to criticize. But
wait, said Voltaire said that.
Oh, was it Voltaire? Okay.
And then I read that Voltaire did not say that.
Well, regardless, Voltaire and Mark Twain are both in on the inside. So
Samuel Clemens, his real name was Samuel Clemens, allegedly.
Yeah. All right.
So maybe you could, because you're the prophet of fiction, maybe find out who wrote that fiction about who you can't criticize.
Sure.
Because that sounds like a load too. I think that's part of the psyop as well.
Yes, that was my point.
Yeah. These psyops are big, and they go back a long way. They didn't just start last year.
Exactly. It's
Like
all
you
these,
like you said.
and there's a book cult out there. People respect books way too much, too blindly, and most books are written, if not virtually all famous books, are written by the wrong people.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Well, they have to be written by literate people, and most people, I think you said, were illiterate.
that's right. Farmers. We were all farmers and survivors and just working class people.
So who had time to educate and read
The
and write?
aristocracy.
Right, the nobility.
Yeah.
Exactly. So they
Not
had
our
the time.
friends.
Exactly, because they control. It's to me, it's always been an economic thing.
Yeah.
It's always a social. It's always a class war. It's not a religious war. Now, religious war works because people believe in religion more than classes. Because religion has lots of good stories in it that are really believable. So people are mainly organized by religion. They don't realize they're in the class. Anyway. All right, go to your class.
Yeah, my work.
Go make some money so you can pay your taxes. Thanks, everyone. Fakeologist.com. And this show is still sponsored by Suzette because she's the last person to exchange value. So, Suzette, this is still a show this show's brought to you by Suzette. So if you want the show brought to you by your name, fakeologist.com/donate. It will take you exactly 5 seconds to press the button. Thank you. And good night.
Take care.